Welcome to What is Going On for new thought from the edge of Om. Each week on OMTimes flagship radio show, veteran broadcaster, author, and media consultant Sandie Sedgbeer conducts thought-provoking interviews with inspirational authors, artists, musicians, scientists, speakers, and filmmakers who are working at the point where spirituality and science meet consciousness at the very edge of Om. Here is your host, Sandie Sedgbeer.
Hello, and we have a beautiful treat for you today because we turn into the show this week to talk about and share clips from his latest album. Is Grammy-nominated singer, songwriter, composer, producer, musician, teacher, and chant and mantra master Miten. And he's going to be sharing information about the third in a trilogy which began in 2016 with the release of his top-selling Temple at Midnight album. The new album is called The Jungle Sessions, and it was recorded during an extended period of lockdown on Costa Rica. And it's been described by Rolling Stone and Billboard music journalist Perna as like being immersed into an easygoing, tropical idyll, or idyll if you're American, that provides the perfect balm for our troubled, uncertain times. Miten, welcome back to the show.
Thanks a lot, Sandie. Thank you. You know that review you just read out. The next sentence was really key to me because he said something about the lyrics of the songs. Sandie, I'm hearing my voice coming back a bit. Is that?
I'm not hearing anything at my end.
Okay, let me turn myself down. That's okay.
But I know it can't.
Can you still hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we could still hear you perfectly.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's okay.
Good. So you were saying about the next line to his review of the album?
Well, why I was saying that was because I'd had one or two reviews, and one guy in particular loved the album, but didn't like there's I Need a Beach, and he kind of saw it as he saw it as me writing a tribute to the beaches of the world, and it was like, actually what that song is it's a cry for help, and and there's something in that beautiful review from Alan. He actually, that was his next sentence, that it was such a beautiful, first of all, what a ideal or idyllic situation this music was made in. And you feel that. But also he went on to say, but there's something in the lyrics that really carries something. It's not just music for beaches or something, or tributes to beaches. It's really from my soul, this album.
Well, it is. And I can understand why someone who doesn't listen to the words may think I Need a Beach is whatever this guy described it as. But when you actually, listen to the words, it's quite different. And I think the words of this album are incredibly touching. I'm always astonished how lyrics come to songwriters, and which comes first, the lyrics or the the music. I don't know, but it just amazes me because it's also so poetic, but it's also so poignant and touching and real.
Yeah, thank you, darling. I feel. I say to David and Joby, every album we make, this has got to be good because this might be my last, and they and I was saying that to Joby, this time. Look, man, this could be my last one, and I mean it every time, So I'm like, Joby, this could be my last one, man. Let's make this one, And he says to me, Miten, you say that every time.
Yeah, but it's not a bad motivation, is it, to go into
Absolutely.
every album with? You want everything
Absolutely.
to be the best it can be. So,
Yeah.
I'm really glad that we have this opportunity, because it's like completing the hat trick for me, because we know you and I did interviews when the other two albums were released. So, having this as topping this trilogy is a real treat. Tell me though, it is different. It is different from the others. It's got a whole different vibe. And do you think that, being in Costa Rica on lockdown, and what a fabulous place to be on lockdown, contributed to the whole vibe of it? I know that you certainly got a lot of inspiration from what was going on with the pandemic, but did that location add to it?
Oh God, I wish I could beam you down here right now, Sandie. This is the closest I've ever come to. Calling something paradisical. It's so beautiful where we are, and I'm sure that just being surrounded and nourished by all these trees and this amazing jungle. I mean, a jungle, what happened to me? And, you can watch at night, you can see the darkness come in, and you can sit there and watch the monkeys, and the armadillo comes into the garden, and and the jungle settles down for the evening. It's like awesome, magical place in the middle, what do you call it, Central America. That's where it is. And the other thing I like about it, I've seen for the first time ever that when men greet you here, they smile. They smile. And that's nothing to say about the Western people, but we're very busy. We don't have an easy smile. But these people, they still haven't been spoiled. They still have a smile. And I love that. And so that's how the music was made. It was like, come, Joby, come down while you can, because, it's all gonna hit the fan soon. So he just came down with his equipment. We set it up, and we just did it in 10 days. And then he took it back. Sorry, darling.
I was going to say, did he come down? I mean, at what point of the stay? It was a long stay there. At what point of the stay did he come, and how easy was it for him to travel? Because, a lot of the world couldn't.
Exactly. And when he left here, afterwards, he had to flee really fast, and to get back into Canada before they locked down, and he would have had to go in quarantine and everything. And so he just got back in time. But my recollection of actually when he came, I don't know. We were here in March. That's March 2021, and that's where the lockdown happened, and people were still going home to America and different places, and we just said, well, we're just going to stay here. And we've been so creative in this time. It's been an amazing 18 months for me and David, just to be in one place and not moving. We have all that energy that went into the touring and the hotels and the music and the sharing. It all just had to come out somewhere, and so it came out first. We started to go live every day on Facebook and Instagram, just to say, hi guys, we're going to do a little meditation. Why don't you join us? And we sing, and then thousands of people were there with us, and it was like, wow, this is something that we can actually identify. We can call ourselves something, we can say we're the Gayatri Sangha. And we all together in this, and we've got a light to shine, and together the shine is much stronger, and that's our thing, And that's when that's when I said, come down, let's do some music quick, and so he did. And the Blue Spirit people were very kind. They gave us a meditation room and left us alone, and we would just be hanging out on the beach and playing music and going into the night or whatever. And, just a really sweet time. We have such a strong relationship with Joby as a producer. He's a friend, for many years, and we have the same musical tastes, and let's say we kind of have the same musical taste, but we meet somewhere, and every one of those pieces on the album is Joby's influence. Like I can go to him with that kind of rock and roll song, "Never Give Up on Love," do 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 do, this kind of thing, and Joby just gets it. He's much younger than me, but he gets that, and he's such a great musician. So we get into there, and then I Need a Beach, it was like an Shanti Om. They were like, oh, these are reggae one-drop pieces, and it's all in, just having fun with being, not just having fun, but being creative, because those lyrics are serious, and there's some things you can say, and like Bob Marley can say serious things in his music, and that's a great thing. And all my favorite musicians are people who can say serious things in music that is not necessarily doomy or gloomy, but it has some energy and life and optimism, and that's what I see in this album. It's got optimism, and it's inbuilt somehow. The three of us were just letting go into creativity and my songs.
And it's wonderful when that happens, because you're having so much fun, and you're everything is expansive. You're being creative and you're being authentic, and I think that really comes across in the music. I mean, there's 7 tracks on this album. I call it small but perfectly proportioned. And but they're, some of them are quite long, which is great because you're really getting your money's worth. And as I say, the lyrics, I mean, I do want to touch on some of the lyrics. So I want to just take us through the album in this show. I mean, we are going to play three sample clips from 3 of the tracks, but all of the tracks have something special going for it, so I do want to cover all of them if we can. And the first track is The Rain of Blessings, and what you've done there is that you've combined the music with Deva doing the interpretation of the traditional healing mantra, which is used in Kundalini Yoga, Rama Dasa. And this particular track, you say, was inspired by it, put together in the middle of a torrential subtropical downpour, which we can actually hear on the album, which is really good.
Yeah, kept it in, we kept it in. We wanted to bring the jungle as close as I could to my friends, and it really literally happened like that. We've been doing these online meditations, like I was saying, and and the rainy season comes, and we had this incredible downpour right in the middle of while we were online with everybody. And I don't know, it came to me because I was playing the most simple chords. I like simple chords anyway, but the structure of A minor to G is like the most obvious 2 chords, apart from C to F. Those 2 are 2, but A minor to G. And with this rain, it was just like A minor, rain of blessings pouring down to G, and kiss the earth and this holy ground. And that was it. There was no pretension in it. It was just like, it was a moment when God wanted that song to appear. And, that's all it is.
Well, we're going to play a segment of that song before we take our first break. So if we can have that now.
Oh, that's nice.
of blessings falling down. Kiss the earth and this holy ground. Holy water, heaven sent, rain of blessings, our sacrament. Rain of blessings, sing a wild song. Mighty God of thunder, beat your heavenly drum. Beat the drum of mercy, beat the drum of forgiveness, beat the drum of freedom. I'm bearing witness.
Ramadasa Sase Soham 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 Ramadasa Sase Soham.
Rain of blessings, holy water, bless the mother, protect the daughter. Bless all creatures, great and small. Rain of blessings, God help us all.
Ramadasa Sase Soham Ramadasa Sase Soham.
Rain of blessings pouring down. Kiss the earth.
The future of internet radio is here. OMTimes Radio, IOM FM. Being a radio host on IOM FM allows you to build your show on a rich platform with the power of the internet to fulfill your outreach goals and connect with a very specialized and global online audience, unlimited by time and distance. OMTimes Radio will provide you with web relevance, a recognizable conscious brand, and with the standard of excellence that has accompanied every single OMTimes endeavor. Host your show with OMTimes Radio Network.
Vox Novus, the new voice. Vox Novus, the new dimension. Vox Novus, thought and movement leaders who will share from their experience and offer tools to help us navigate our rapidly changing world. My name is Victor Furman. Join me every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio for Vox Novus, the new voice.
Mental health. Most people think it means mental illness. Most people are wrong. Mental health doesn't apply to just some of us. It applies to everyone. We're all susceptible to anxiety and depression. They're human conditions, and no person should ever feel embarrassed, ashamed, or be discriminated against for being human. Cracked the podcast strips away the shame, fear, and stigma by expanding the conversation into areas less often visited. From brain and body chemistry, hormones, food, nutrition, trauma, and the microbiome, to pharmaceutical drugs, psychedelic substances, meditation, visionary experiences, and spiritual awakenings. Cracked, the podcast, will explore them all, including the notion that, for many, breakdown can be the beginning of breakthrough. For in the words of singer-songwriter Leonard Cohen, there is a crack in everything. It's where the light gets in. Cracked, the podcast, slaying the dragons of mental health. Join co-hosts Sandie Sedgbeer and Rebecca Shaper on the first and third Thursday of every month at 12 noon Eastern Time.
Coping 19, brought to you by CDC and the Ad Council.
If you're feeling increasingly lonely right now, you're not alone. It's totally normal. Even though we may not be able to get together in person, connecting virtually with friends and family still gives you a chance to interact with people and may help raise your spirits. Join a virtual book club, set up group text chats, or online video coffee breaks with coworkers.
Find more self-care and coping tips at coping-19.org.
Welcome back. Miten, I love the feel of that one. I mean, it really does have an island feel about it. I mean, you can almost imagine yourself wearing a grass skirt and, shuffling in the sand.
That's right. And then the last words you hear are, bless the mother, protect the daughter, God help us all. So there's that feeling of what's going on, So it's a happy, beautiful, but it's just my life. That's all it is, really. Just the way I am in my life. I'm in my 70s now,
Yeah, I love the way that you've really mixed up the vibes on this. I mean, you've got a little bit reggae, a little bit jazzy, a little bit country, a little bit rock and roll here, and it's just such a nice, a nice thing to be kind of bouncing around as you're listening to it. And the next track, track 2, I think the notes on the cover lines say it's a swampy reggae shuffle with cool Hammond B3 organ and rich soulful harmony vocals. I mean, the vocals, the lyrics in that one, just beautiful.
Yeah, that's true. I'm Shanti. I was just singing out for the lost and lonely, singing out for us all, actually, Sandie.
Yeah. I mean, you say, singing for peace on this earth, singing out for all I'm worth, singing out for the wise man, singing out for the fool, singing out for the rebel child who was born to break some rules. I mean, how do the lyrics come to you? Do you just start humming away and words form in your mind?
Yeah, I think that's how it happens. Yeah. I don't take it so seriously anymore. But it used to be my work, like back when I was a kid in London and in the 70s. But that was a long while ago. I stopped with music completely, for a good year or so when I was in India, just learning meditation and sort of healing myself. And now I think what also happened for me, which is so great, is I met Deva, and then there was this whole other possibility with music that I'd never experienced before, and that's with mantras. Mantras are circular, These songs, they've got structure, They have a certain structure. Mantras just roll round and round, so you can really it's an approach it in a different way. So that opened my eyes too, and I'm just at an age where if songs come, they come. I don't write them. I never wrote any of these songs down. Like literally, they were just they come to me, and I sing them to myself, and if they want to be remembered, they will be. I'm just like that with it. So those songs are just a sample of what comes and goes to me, and it just felt like those in particular, without even trying to make any kind of statement. I wasn't trying to make a statement. I didn't think about it at all. But they all, like you say, they've got different, in a way, they're all the same. It's all music from America, really. That's basically not well. Even Bob Marley's reggae, he was inspired by the rhythm and blues of the Temptations and other great Black American music, and so with me and Joby, you know, like if it's reggae, it's you know, like Joby's the reggae master. I know how to feel it, but he can put that together, you know. And then if, like I say, you know, he just helps me to put some painting on the lyrics, and the lyrics are the main thing, you know.
Yeah.
I always thought with Leonard Cohen, you know, like Leonard is such a he was such a poet, you know, and the words are so important that he stands. When you listen to his music, he stands so close to you and so far away from the musicians. He's really, you know, it's about his poems, but the music itself is another thing. It's almost like some of it is Middle Eastern Russian chord sequences and instruments, balalaikas and things like that he liked to use, you know. And rock.
Tell us about this one, I Need a Beach, the one that has been misinterpreted. I mean, it's a fun song, but it was also, I think, something that says that you developed out of the desperation that you were tuning into with your friends who were reporting their frustrations of being in lockdown.
So I think I was talking to my friends because, you know, I wrote that first thing, I need a beach. I need a place in the sun. You know, I'm actually standing on a beach in the place in the sun. And so I was feeling my friends and feeling for them, you know, and feeling like, you know, I know what it feels like. I need to, and it all just come that it's very easy once you get that kind of, that feeling of that I need a beach, you know, it's going to be fun, you know, because it's a funny thing to say. I thought we should make some stickers, some T-shirts, you know, I need a beach. I thought that would be really nice.
Yeah. I love the lines, I just need some time to get myself straight, slow down my mind and meditate on this world full of trouble and fears, meditate on this ocean of tears. I need a beach.
And then at the end it goes, I'm washing my spirit clean. Did you see the video we made for that? I should send you. You can find it on YouTube. It's such a nice video for that song.
I haven't seen the video. No.
Oh,
I will go and have a look.
You'd love it. I tell you, it's so great. And at the end, when we're washing my spirit clean, you can see David dancing in the waves. It's really nice.
Yeah. Let's talk about track 4, Never Give Up on Love, which we will play a clip of after we've finished talking. And this one is a meditation on the human condition in the 21st century. Tell us how this one came to you.
I think it came with that rock and roll. That was the first thing. I had some lyrics because I wanted to say, look, let's give up on hope. Let's be, you know, if it's hope, it means somehow that we're not, there's something in us that's not grateful for what we have right now. Even however bad it might be, there's something that makes us want to live. And that thing that makes us want to live is gratitude. And that's got nothing to do with hope. Let's forget that. Let's go to where we find that space of gratitude and thankfulness for whatever. You know, here we are, we've taken this life and we've obviously taken it to learn some lessons. And so stop hoping, Miten. Like, let's just be with what is. So I said that I'm going to give up on hope. I'm giving up on belief, because belief never worked for me, because I know belief is just what you believe in. It's not your experience, it's your belief. And, you know, I've seen enough of belief and realizing that's not such a great thing either, you know. So I'm going to give up on belief too. And I'm going to give up on the dreams that brought me no relief, which rhymes with whatever it was.
Yeah. Can I you know, give out some of the words here, some of the lyrics, because I think they're great. I mean, I love I'm taking it easy, I'm turning off the phone, I'm powering down the laptop, I'm coming home, I'm turning off the TV, I don't want to hear the news, I've had it up to here with those political blues, I'm giving up on hope, I'm giving up on belief, I'm giving up on the dreams that brought me no relief, I'm giving up on Facebook, enough is enough, but I'm never giving up on love. Yeah.
That's it, right?
Yeah, that is it. Well, we're gonna play a few minutes from this one as we go into the next break. So if we could hear that one now.
You ready? I'm taking it easy. I'm turning off the phone. I'm powering down the laptop. I'm coming home. I'm turning off the TV. I don't want to hear the news. I've had it up to here with those political blues. I'm giving up on hope, I'm giving up on belief, and I'm giving up on the dreams that brought me no relief. I'm giving up on Facebook, enough is enough, but I'm never giving up on love. Never give up, man. I don't want to know your story. I don't need to know your past. I don't want to know the future and how long we're gonna last. I'm standing here before you, heart to heart, eye to eye, and we're letting go into the mystery, you and I. And we're giving up on hope, we're giving up on belief, and we're giving up on the dreams that brought us no relief. And we're giving up on expecting a voice from above, but that don't mean we're giving up on love. No way. You ready? Never give up on love. Oh, now Buddha, he was funky, he was a meditation junkie. Rumi, he was fine, he was whirling all the time. Bodhidharma, he was fine, well, he took his trip to China. Yeah, he left it all behind. He said, I've come to shine a light on everyone. Shine your light now. Are you ready to shine?
The cutting edge of conscious radio. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Ascending Hearts is no ordinary dating site, but a spiritual dating site with a purpose, to link you with your soulmate. We engineer the serendipity so you can trust that you will attune with someone that has the same matching vibration as you. Ascending Hearts, the conscious dating site for the spiritually aware. Try Ascending Hearts for free. AscendingHearts.com.
More than 24 million Americans have an autoimmune disorder, and that number continues to grow. I'm Sharon Saylor, and I'm one of those 24 million. To put that number in perspective, cancer affects about 9 million and heart disease up to 22 million. That's why I've brought together top experts and those thriving regardless of their diagnosis to bring you the latest, most up-to-date information. Join me, Sharon Saylor, Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, for the Autoimmune Hour on Life Interrupted Radio to find out how to live your life uninterrupted.
Hello, I'm Sandie Sedgbeer, host of OMTimes' flagship radio show, What Is Going On? As a long-time editor, book judge, spiritual magazine publisher and radio host, I've read thousands of books and interviewed hundreds of authors and teachers, so I know what's worth reading and what isn't. Now, with the spiritual book market growing increasingly crowded, more and more people are seeking my help in finding the authentic voices, the empowering tools, and the genuine skip the BS guidance that will make the most difference to their spiritual development. So I decided to make it easier by bringing my knowledge, experience, and considerable network of contacts together in the No BS Spiritual Book Club. There are no ads, no joining fees, no obligations, and no BS. Just an ever-growing library compiled by recognisable and respected names of the 10 best books that helped them the most on their journeys. Plus free book excerpts, audios, and live video interviews where you can quiz them about their spiritual journeys and their 10 best list choices. Your time and money are valuable, your spiritual journey even more so. If you're looking for genuine guidance from people who've walked this path before you, check out sedgbeer.com. Click on the No BS Spiritual Book Club tab and join the club. That's sedgbeer.com, sedgbeer.com. I'll see you there.
If I could be you,
and you could be me,
for just 1 hour,
if you could find a way
to get inside
each other's mind,
walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out, and for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Welcome back. Before we rejoin Miten, I just want to take a moment to share a discovery with you. If you struggle with making important decisions, I can recommend a really inspiring book called The Necktie and the Jaguar by retired clinical psychologist and Jungian analyst and shamanic practitioner Carl Greer, in addition to revealing how he tapped into the wisdom and power of unseen worlds for guidance and inspiration. This fascinating memoir offers some really valuable keys and questions that inspire the kind of thinking that guides you effortlessly on your own path to transformation. If you want to know more, visit carlgreer.com. And now back to Miten. Miten, you once said that music is a key and that conventional musicians are busy polishing the key instead of using it to open the door. What door do you believe the Jungle Sessions is opening?
I don't really know. It's I think what I meant by that, Sandie, is that if music is made for any kind of financial or ambitious idea, there's a subtle part missing. And I mean that, I think when you're not making music for money and you're not making music for any kind of reaching out even, that's when it becomes pure. And so if you ask me about the Jungle Sessions, it was an overflow of creativity. There was absolutely no reason for me to put that music out. There was no reason for me to call Joby down. And that's all I can say about it. It feels to me when every time I listen to it, I feel a kind of joyful upliftment of the spirit, and I don't know. Because so much of my music was made in the ashram, so there was no key to polish. I'd already used it, and I was in there, and it was like, wow, and so this music has come out of silence. It hasn't come out of any kind of ambition or anything,
Yeah, it wasn't contrived. I mean, and really, you and Dave are you're the proof of this, because your very first album, I mean, you printed 1,000 copies, and you didn't think people, and suddenly there's 300,000 people have bought it. So
well, now it's to 1 million now.
Yeah, and this goes back to what we said earlier in the program, that when you are doing it and you're having so much fun and you're being so creative, and that is the motivation, then something else, you're tapping into something else that comes through. It shines through the music, and that's what touches people's. It's that frequency, isn't it? That frequency of authenticity that touches people's souls.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. That's what it is. It's the authentic soul speaking, and that speaks through many different modes, doesn't it? Many different styles and different expressions.
Do you have a favorite on this album?
Well, I just love Just a Little More, because it was it was like me having fun with Deva, and we just rocked it. We just had this great horn section, and it was like going back to sort of something in Stax music or Tamla Motown or Al Green. You remember that stuff back then? Yeah, and so that's where Jovi's parents grew up in that music. So he heard that as a little kid. He was in studios as a little kid. So we could just do that, and I just love that one.
I'm glad you said that's your favourite, because I had a real hard time selecting just 3 clips, and this was one of them, Just a Little More. And I want to play that now so that we can hear it, and then we can talk about it a little.
Hi, darling.
I want to kiss your lips. I want to hold your body close to mine. Baby, I love it, I love it, I love it just a little more. Every time I want to hold your hand. I want to see you dancing across the floor. Baby, I love it, I love it, I love it just a little more. Forevermore, yeah. I thought my running around was over. I thought my race had already been run. But this joy in my tears rose back the years, one by one by one. I want to kiss your lips. Yeah. Days were behind me. I thought I'd had my day, but you look in my eyes and I'm hypnotized, baby. You just blow me away. I want to kiss your lips. I want to feel your body close to mine. Baby, I love it, I love it, I love it just a little more. I love it just a little more. I said I love you, baby, and just a little more. Every time. every day, everyone, or can I say, I wanna kiss your lips. Baby, you make me feel like a new kind of man. You make me feel like I'm ready to fly. And I look in your eyes and somehow I don't know how, but I'm ready to die. I wanna kiss your lips. I want to hold your body close to mine. Baby, I love it, I love it, I love it just a little more. I love it, I love it just a little more. I said I love it, baby, just a little more every time.
That's a real toe tapper, isn't it? I mean, it's the kind of thing you play in the car and you can't help, banging your hands against the steering wheel as you drive. Yeah, I like that. I do like that one. So, what was the inspiration for that one?
Well, it was just having fun, really. It was Dava, she said, you can't write that. I said, come on, I want to kiss you. Come here,
So you started singing to her.
Yeah, I just started, and that's another example of Joby. Like I couldn't. To put that together, you need all the tools, and the tools are one thing, but then the other thing is who's using the tools, and so
Yeah.
I'm very, very lucky with Joby. He's my dream catcher, Sandie.
Yeah, and we all need one of those.
Yeah, we can always do with a dream catcher. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was track 6. We skipped over track 5, which is Still Awake, which is a little bit of a quieter one, and it's really about a love affair. So tell me a little bit about that one.
Well, that's definitely me and Dava. In a quiet moment, I was feeling. I open up my eyes. She opens up her senses. It was like feeling that we were starting to open to each other. We're dropping our defenses. We're just letting go. And that was how the song starts. And I open up my arms. She opens up her voice. Oh my God, hallelujah, and we're making a conscious choice to be here now. That's the first verse,
Yeah. So the last track is Rain of Blessings again, Ramadasa, but it's a live version. What made you decide to do that one again?
Because I wanted to capture the way it was when I heard it when the rain was falling, and that was just with the guitar and me and Dava, and then the first one, when you played that first one, that's when we orchestrated it and looked to see what else we could bring to the creativity, So 2 very different pieces of music.
Yes, yeah. And you
But
wrote
again,
the lyrics. Sorry, I was going to say. Finish what you were going to say.
No, it's all right, darling. All right, no, I was just going to say again that was Dava, because when we finished Rain of Blessings here and doing it in the studio and Joby in Canada, because he took the files back to Canada to finish them. We didn't have a horn section down here. He had to put that on in Canada and things like that, And she said, "No, Miten, you have to put also just to sing it. Just sing it like you heard it when the rain was falling." And so that's what I did. I just sang it the way it was, and me and Dava and Joby sang it, and that's what it is. It's just the 3 of us. And then at the end of the piece, we brought in this beautiful kind of outro to the album where it just morphs out into Rain of Blessings and a beautiful orchestrated moment with some I don't know, just to finish the album in a really beautiful way, you know, just to let me fade out. If it is my last album, that's me floating off, you know, into the.
So you wrote the lyrics for most of these songs, didn't you? Not all of them, but most of them.
Well, the only reason I credited Ravi Freeman was because when we were, I think he gave me that line about Buddha. He was funky. He was a meditation junkie, and I like that. But the rest of it was me. I went to Rumi. He's so fine. He was whirling all the time, you know. So we had some fun doing that, and I just wanted to credit him for that. But yeah, no, these are my songs. These are my babies.
Yeah. Is it different? I mean, you know, there are times when Deva is, singing, she's chanting, she's doing the mantras, and you're backing. And then there are times when you're singing and she's kind of backing you. How does that work? I mean, is there a different dynamic going on each way? Or is it all just so natural, it all just flows together?
Well, you know, Deva doesn't really, she never grew up wanting to sing in rock and roll in nightclubs or anything. It wasn't her thing. She never thought to be a singer or a rock singer or any kind of singer, you know. It was just me in the ashram kind of playing music with her and helping her to find her voice. And then she rediscovered the mantras, and suddenly it was like Bruce Springsteen, you know, discovering the E Street Band. It was just perfect. And in a way, it was like that. As soon as David found the mantras, that was it. So it's that's my life's work, is to create music around that voice that can do what it does to me to other people. You know, my thing is more on the side, just because I've got my own thing, and I love songs, and I love music, and I love to put it together. And thank God that I've had a situation where I can do that, and at the same time support what Dava needs. But when it comes to my music, she's still a stranger in there. You know, it's not her. It's not really.
Yep. Have we?
A lot of the girl vocalists are done by Joby's daughter, and she goes by the name of Lady Phil, Phyl, and so that's what that's all.
We're having a little problem with your sound, Miten, so you're breaking up a little bit. Can you hear us okay? Miten? Can you hear me? It seems as though we're losing Miten, which is a shame.
Yeah.
Just before the vote. Can you hear me, Miten?
I'm here. I can hear you.
Okay, we're having there's something going on with the sound. We're almost out of time. I just want to ask you one last question. On your press release for this album, it says that running throughout this album like a golden thread is the power of a life well lived in love, contemplation, and meditation. Would you say that accurately sums up your life?
I think what was.
It looks like we may not get the answer to that question. Right, okay. I think we're going to have to leave it there, unfortunately. We're not going to get the answer to that question from Miten because we're having problems with the sound. But, I would pretty much say that Yeah, it is a life well lived in love, contemplation and meditation. We're going to have to leave it there. The Jungle Sessions by Miten with Joby Baker and Deva Premal is available on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon and more. It is a lovely, lovely album and one that you'll want to play again and again and again. So do check it out. And for more information about Miten and Deva's prodigious body of work, visit their website at devapremalmiten.com. That's it for this week. We'll be back again at the same time next week with another edition of What Is Going On. Till then, it's goodbye from me.